Hello everybody, and welcome to Mass Effect Legendary Edition. When I first played Mass Effect, just years ago, I can't even tell you how many, I was thoroughly impressed by how much this game could build a world of people. I have been waiting so long to do a playthrough of this game, and I have to say that, you know, when it comes to playing this, I have just absolutely been enthralled with how phenomenal this game has been put together over the years, from Mass Effect 1 to Mass Effect 2, and Mass Effect 3. I wanted to do a playthrough of this, but, you know, the 360 versions are pretty rough. This opening title song, which is the theme from Elos, is something that every time I hear sends shivers down my entire body, because it reminds me of just how insane it is to be in this game. And just how lucky we are to have a game like this. So, without further ado, we are going to be starting a new playthrough. I started one already and there was some problems, so we're going to start a brand new career.
Welcome to Alliance Military Database.
A custom
classified information
Shepard.
Requested. Establishing secure connection. Secure connection confirmed.
So we're going to have a custom
Please log in
female
to access
Shepard.
your profile.
And she's going to be named after a good friend of mine.
Warning, data corruption detected. Please reconstruct profile. Confirm pre-service history.
We're gonna go with the spacer. Usually I gotta go with, usually I would go with colonist or earthborn, but, you know, I think that we're going to go with spacer because I like the idea that we were raised in the military, and that's what
Confirm
makes us
psychological
badass.
profile.
Soul Survivor, War Hero, Ruthless. We're gonna go with Soul Survivor because I like the idea of a situation happening that people know me for, surviving, and that kind of gives me some reputation.
Confirm military specialization.
Usually I play as a soldier. But we might go with something like... Infiltrator would be pretty good. I don't want somebody that can only wear light armor. Then again, if I play a soldier, I have the ability to use heavy armor later on.
Confirm
I think we'll just go
facial
with soldier.
identification.
We're going to change appearance as well. First of all, let's go ahead and get rid of the hair. I think I already know what hair I want to go with, but we're going to go ahead and get rid of the hair. The reason we're going to do this is because it's going to be easy for us to adjust our facial structure. I think we'll still go with that one. For a thinner neck. cheeks in. Cheek gaunts. There. Smaller ears. More inward. Eyes. Eyes too high, but we don't want them too low either. We should make it with those eyes instead. At depth, we don't want to have too sunken of eyes. Go with the blue eyes. Smaller kind of jaw. Mouth. And we'll go with that one. Well, let's see here. Not that one there. Wide mouth. Up in the middle there. Kinda like that one there. Of course, we can go with the hair, which I'm going to do this one, and we're going to go with like a dark purple. Let's go with those. I'm going to go with a dark, yeah, like that. In terms of makeup, go with the regular, kind of with that dark, smoky eye. Scar, I think we're gonna go with that one.
Profile reconstruction complete.
And then I'm gonna take a screenshot of this. There we go. All right.
Identification confirmed.
So, yeah, everything with this is fine. And let's begin.
Well, what about Shepard? She's a spacer, lived aboard starships most of her life.
Military service runs in the family. Both her parents were in the Navy.
She saw her whole unit die on a cruise. She could have some serious emotional scars.
Every soldier has scars. Shepard's a survivor.
Is that the kind of person we want protecting the galaxy?
That's the only kind of person who can protect the galaxy.
I'll make the call.
In the year 2148, explorers on Mars discovered the remains of an ancient spacefaring civilization. Decades have followed these mysterious artifacts, revealing startling new technologies, namely travel to the furthest stars. The basis for this incredible technology was a force that controlled the very fabric of space and time. They call it the greatest discovery of human history. This civilizations of the galaxy, well, they call it Mass Effect. Welcome to the SR-1 Normandy, folks. Dr. Chalk was there, our on-staff doctor, our pilot, Joker, voiced by Seth Green, of course.
Calculating transit mass and destination.
Thank you. Screenshot. Uploaded.
Relay is hot. Acquiring approach vector. All stations secure for transit. Board is green. Approach run has begun.
This is the Mass Effect Relay, which allows us to travel to distant planets all across our galaxy.
Hitting the relay.
Basically looks like a slingshot.
3, 2, 1.
See?
Thrusters, check. Navigation, check. Internal emissions sync engaged. All systems online. Drift, just under 1,500K.
1,500 is good. Your captain will be pleased.
I hate that guy.
Nihilus gave you a compliment. So you hate him.
You remember to zip up your jumpsuit on the way out of the bathroom? That's good. I just jumped us halfway across the galaxy and hit a target the size of a pinhead. So that's incredible. Besides, Specters are trouble. I don't like having them on board. Call me paranoid.
You're paranoid. The Council helped fund this project. They have a right to send someone to keep an eye on their investment.
Yeah, that is the official story. But only an idiot believes the official story.
They don't send Specters on shakedown runs.
So there's more going on here than the captain's letting on.
Joker, status report.
Just cleared the mass relay, Captain. Stealth systems engaged. Everything looks solid.
Good. Find a comm buoy and link us into the network. I want mission reports relayed back to Alliance brass before we reach Eden Prime.
Aye, aye, Captain. Better brace yourself, sir. I think Nihilus is headed your way.
He's already here, Lieutenant. Tell Commander Shepard to meet me in the comm room for a debriefing.
You get that, Commander?
I'm on my way.
Is it me or does the Captain always sound a little pissed off?
Only when he's talking to you, Joker.
So yeah, this is Joker. He's our pilot.
Commander.
This is Kaidan. He is lieutenant, and he's also here on board the flight deck. He comes with us in the battle. Welcome to the Normandy, the SR-1 Normandy. It's a phenomenal piece of machinery built by the Alliance.
You're gonna give yourself an ulcer.
This is Navigator Presley.
Congratulations, Commander. Looks like we had a smooth run. You heading down to see the captain?
I'm on my way to give him a status update right now.
With all due respect, ma'am, maybe he'll finally tell you what we're really doing out here.
You think the Alliance brass is holding out on us?
If all we're supposed to do is test out the stealth system, why is Captain Anderson in charge? And then there's Nihilus. Specters are elite operatives, top covert agents. Why send a Specter, a Turian Specter, on a shakedown run? It doesn't add up.
You don't trust Nihilus?
I don't like Turians in general. It runs in my family. My grandfather fought in the First Contact War, lost a lot of friends when the Turians hit us.
That was 30 years ago. You can't blame Nihilus for that.
No, I guess not. But it still makes me nervous to have a Spectre on board, especially a Turian. We're an Alliance vessel, human military, but Nihilus doesn't answer to the captain like the rest of us. Spectres operate outside the normal chain of command, and they don't come along just to observe shakedown runs. Nihilus looks like he's expecting some heavy action. I don't like it.
What do you know about the stealth systems?
I just know it masks our location from scans and sensors. Cutting-edge technology. The Normandy's the only ship with this prototype drive. But why are we fully staffed? A skeleton crew would be cheaper, less chance of security leaks, too. Plus, there's Nihilus. It's pretty obvious this shakedown run is just a cover.
For what?
Damned if I know, Commander. We're out here on false pretenses. I'm not a fan of being left in the dark.
Do you have a problem with the captain?
No, ma'am. But I can't figure out what he's doing here. Captain Anderson is one of the most decorated Special Forces officers in the service. If he melted down all his medals, he could make a life-size statue of himself. You don't send a soldier like that on a do-nothing mission. He's treating this shakedown run too seriously. Something big is going on.
I'll see if I can get some answers when I see him.
Good luck, Commander.
Alright, so, if we come in here, we have our squad, of course, which, you know, gives us, the ability to upgrade stuff. And, I can't see how many points we have, but I think we have 3, so we're going to, well, you know what? Here, I have an idea. We're going to do assault training. Combat armor. And soldier. I think we'll do that. We'll when we level up, we'll get all the charm. This is the first thing that I do. So in our Codex, we have primary and we have secondary stuff. We have aliens, council races, and humanity and systems alliance.
Humanity's first contact with an alien race occurred in 2157. At that time, the Alliance allowed survey fleets to activate any dormant mass relays discovered, a practice considered dangerous and irresponsible by Council-aligned races. When a Turian patrol discovered a human fleet attempting to activate a relay, they attacked. One human vessel survived, retreating to the colony of Shanxi. The Turians followed, quickly defeating the local forces. Shanxi was occupied, the first and to date only human world to be conquered by an alien species. The Turians believed the handful of ships they defeated represented the bulk of human defenses, so they were unprepared when the Second Fleet, under Admiral Castany Drescher, launched a strong counteroffensive, evicting them from Shanxi. The Turians mobilized for full-scale war, drawing the attention of the rest of the galaxy. The Council quickly intervened, forcing a truce. Fortunately for humanity, the First Contact War was ended with a diplomatic solution.
So yeah, the First Contact War was basically when humans encountered aliens for the first time. The Turians, of course, and that basically kind of talks about the timeline here. 2069, Armstrong Outpost at Shackleton Crater becomes the first human settlement on Luna. It is formally founded on July 24th, the 100th anniversary of the first lunar landing. In 2103, the Lao city in Eos Chasma becomes the first human settlement on Mars. 2137, Eldfell Ashland Energy Corporation demonstrates helium-3 fuel extraction from the atmosphere of Saturn. 2142, construction of Gregarian Station, Jump Zero, begins beyond the orbit of Pluto. 2148, prospectors discover the Prothean ruins at the Promethei Planum on Mars. So the Prometheans were basically this ancient race that died out over 50,000 odd years ago, and not much is really kind of known about their history. 2149, translation of Prothean data leads humans to the Kaidan Mass Relay Systems Alliance, founded to coordinate exploration and colonization of extrasolar worlds. So basically, because of the Prothean data, it allowed humans to travel further into the galaxy, which of course led to them eventually finding the Turians. 2151, a shipping accident at Singapore International Spaceport exposes downwind communities to containers of dust-form element 0, also known as ESO. Alliance begins construction of Arcturus Station. 2152, roughly 30% of the children born in Singapore after ESO exposure suffer from cancerous growths. Systems Alliance begins settlement of Earth's first extrasolar colony world, the planet Demeter. In 2154, Commander Shepard was born. In 2155, System Alliance occupies completed portions of Arcturus Station as headquarters. In 2156, some children of Singapore exhibit minor telekinetic abilities. 2157, Turians encounter human explorers, and of course, you know, the First Contact War, which you just heard about. 2158, humans learn potential of biotics. International effort to track ESO exposures begins. Roughly 10% of exposed children show some level of biotic ability. So of course the ESO exposure led to people being able to have powers that allow them to do all kinds of things. From healing to telekinetics, stuff like that. 2160, the Systems Alliance Parliament was formed. 2165, humans established an embassy on the Citadel, which we'll get to. 2170, Batarian slavers attacked the Alliance colony of Mindior. In 2176, the Skillian Blitz. Pirates and slavers attacked Elysium, the human capital on the Skillian Verge. 2177, Thresher Moths devour the Alliance colony of Akuz, which is what happened to us. We were the survivor of that. 2178, in retaliation for the Skillian Blitz, an Alliance fleet wipes out an army of slavers on the moon of Torfin. And then 2183 is our current date. So that's kind of the timeline of everything that led up to now. This is kind of our profile. It talks about how, at nightfall the Thresher Moths attacked. Mindless abominations of teeth and tentacles that rose from beneath the earth. Constant gunfire could drown the shrieks of your fellow soldiers as they were dragged down to a gruesome death. 50 Marines died on Akuz. You were the only one to make it back to the landing zone alive. A monument on the planet commemorates the massacre, a grim reminder of the price humanity must pay as they spread throughout the stars. Ships and vehicles. There's talks about sensors. So this talks about FTL travel. It's basically kind of the same theory as FTL travel that we see in other games. I'm not going to read this one, but if you want to read it, here, I'll do that. You can pause. Unless you're watching live, of course you can pause, but... And then you can pause that there. And then that. There you go. You can read about the sensors. We're not going to read every single thing, but...
The Systems Alliance is an independent supranational government representing the interests of humanity as a whole.
Yeah, so basically the Systems Alliance, the Alliance basically represents humanity as a whole from Earth in terms of government and military. So then we have aliens. We'll learn
Roughly
about Turians.
1,200 years ago, the Turians were invited to join the Citadel Council to fulfill the role of galactic peacekeepers. The Turians have the largest fleet in Citadel space, and they make up the single largest portion of the Council's military forces. As their territory and influence has spread, the Turians have come to rely on the Solarians for military intelligence and the Asari for diplomacy. Despite a somewhat colonial attitude towards the rest of the galaxy, the ruling hierarchy understands they would lose more than they would gain if the other two races were ever removed. Turians come from an autocratic society that values discipline and possesses a strong sense of personal and collective honor. There is lingering animosity between Turians and humans over the First Contact War of 2157, which is known as the Relay 314 incident to the Turians. Officially, however, the two species are allies, and they enjoy civil, if cool, diplomatic relations.
So yeah, the Turians are also kind of a more military kind of based race. They are the ones who typically are the ones in to open fire on, it's going to war.
Telling us about this mission.
That's crazy. The captain's in charge here. He wouldn't take orders from a Specter.
What do you think, Commander? We won't be staying on Eden Prime too long, will we? I'm itching for some real action.
I sincerely hope you're kidding, Corporal. Your real action usually ends with me patching up crew members in the infirmary.
Only a fool goes looking for a fight, Corporal.
Sorry, Commander, but this waiting's killing me. I've never been on a mission like this before, not one with a Specter on board.
What can you tell me about Nihilus?
Turians are generally well respected by the other species. Their fleet has more patrols protecting Citadel space than any other. They don't always get on well with us, though. Some people find them too rigid. Others still blame them for the First Contact War. As for Nihilus, I haven't said more than 2 words to him. He usually only speaks to the captain.
I heard Nihilus once took down an entire enemy platoon all by himself. Man, I can't believe I'm on a mission with an actual Specter.
What do you know about the Specters?
Only what I've heard. Spectre agents work directly for the Citadel Council. They usually work alone or in small groups. Spectres don't have any official power, though. Basically, they're a shadow organization with a mandate to preserve and protect galactic stability.
Protect it at any cost. Don't forget that part. Spectres operate above the law.
You're from Eden Prime, aren't you, Jenkins? What's it like?
It's very peaceful, Commander. They've been real careful with development, so you don't have any city noise or pollution. My parents lived on the outskirts of the colony. At night, I used to climb this big hill and stare across the fields back at the lights from the main settlement. It was gorgeous. But when I got older, I realized it was a little too calm and quiet for me. That's why I joined the Alliance. Even Paradise gets boring after a while.
Any idea why Eden Prime was chosen as our destination?
Not really sure, Commander. Eden Prime's one of our most stable colonies. Good place to take the Normandy for a shakedown run, I guess. No real danger there. There's gotta be something else going on. We've got a Specter on board. That's why I'm so wound up. I can't wait for the real mission to start.
Just treat this like every other assignment you've had and everything will work out.
Easy for you to say. You proved yourself on a cruise. Everybody knows what you can do. This is my big chance. I need to show the brass what I can do.
You're young, Corporal. You have a long career ahead of you. Don't do something stupid to mess it up.
Don't worry, ma'am. I'm not gonna screw this up.
What do you know about the Specters?
Only one. Specters
Protected at any cost. Don't forget that part.
The captain's waiting for me.
Goodbye, Commander.
Didn't mean to do that. So yeah, basically, a little bit.
Specters
you have
are agents.
Specters. Basically, Specters are kind of like your 00 agents. They, you know, they come in and they essentially are the ones tasked with the real dirty work. They're the ones who have to go in, and if there's a real serious problem, they take care of that kind of shit. So Nihilus is a Specter himself.
Commander Shepard,
And the
I was
respected one
hoping
at
you'd
that.
get here first. It will give us a chance to talk.
What about?
I'm interested in this world we're going to, Eden Prime. I've heard it's quite beautiful.
They say it's a paradise.
Yes, a paradise. Serene, tranquil, safe. Eden Prime has become something of a symbol for your people, hasn't it? Proof that humanity can not only establish colonies across the galaxy, but also protect them. But how safe is it, really?
Do you know something?
Your people are still newcomers, Shepard. The galaxy can be a very dangerous place. Is the Alliance truly ready for this?
I think it's about time we told the Commander what's really going on.
This mission is
Yeah, how
far
about?
more than a simple shakedown run.
I figured there was something you weren't telling us.
We're making a covert pickup on Eden Prime. That's why we needed the stealth systems operational.
There must be a reason you didn't tell me about this, sir?
This comes down from the top, Commander. Information strictly on a need-to-know basis. A research team on Eden Prime unearthed some kind of beacon during an excavation. It was Prothean.
I thought the Protheans vanished 50,000 years ago.
Their legacy still remains. The mass relays, the Citadel, our ship drives. It's all based on Prothean technology.
This is big, Shepard.
Yep.
The last time humanity made a discovery like this, it jumped our technology forward 200 years. But Eden Prime doesn't have the facilities to handle something like this. We need to bring the beacon back to the Citadel for proper study.
Obviously, this goes beyond mere human interests, Commander. This discovery could affect every species in Council space.
Yeah, the Protheans essentially created everything that allowed every race to expand in the galaxy.
Why didn't we keep the beacon for ourselves?
You humans don't have the best reputation. Some species see you as selfish, too unpredictable, too independent, even dangerous.
Sharing that beacon will improve relations with the Council. Plus, we need their scientific expertise. They know more about the Protheans than we do.
The beacon's not the only reason I'm here, Shepard.
Nihilus wants to see you in action, Commander. He's here to evaluate you.
Guess that explains why I bump into him every time I turn around.
The Alliance has been pushing for this for a long time. Humanity wants a larger role in shaping interstellar policy. We want more say with the Citadel Council. The Spectres represent the Council's power and authority. If they accept a human into their ranks, it shows how far the Alliance has come.
Not many
So
could
he
have
wants
survived
to
what you went through on a cruise.
make us a Spectre,
You
essentially.
showed a remarkable will to live, a particularly useful talent. That's why I put your name forward as a candidate for the Spectres.
Why would a Turian want a human in the Specters?
Not all Turians resent humanity. Some of us see the potential of your species. We see what you have to offer to the rest of the galaxy, and to the Spectres. We are an elite group. It's rare to find an individual with the skills we seek. I don't care that you're human, Shepard. I only care that you can do the job.
Hell
Just
yeah.
tell me what I have to do.
I need to see your skills for myself, Commander. Eden Prime will be the first of several missions together.
You'll be in charge of the ground team. Secure the beacon and get it onto the ship ASAP. Nihilus will accompany you to observe the mission.
What do you know about the Protheans?
Just what they taught us in school. They were a technologically advanced species that ruled the galaxy 50,000 years ago. Then they vanished. Nobody really knows how or why, though I've heard plenty of theories. But everyone agrees, galactic civilization wouldn't exist without them.
Their citadel is the very heart of galactic society, and without their mass relays, interstellar travel would be impossible. We all owe the Protheans a great debt.
Exactly. They built the mass relays, they built the Citadel.
I'd like to know more about Eden Prime before we touch down.
It's a peaceful farming world, but it represents something much bigger. Eden Prime is one of our oldest and most successful colonies. It proved we were ready to face the challenges of settling new worlds, to forge a place for humanity beyond Earth. It symbolizes humanity's growth and evolution as a spacefaring species. And after this, it will be known as the world where humans made a discovery of galactic importance.
Why is this beacon so important?
All advanced galactic civilization is based on Prothean technology.
If we hadn't discovered those Prothean ruins, that was what if it's a weapons archive?
We already know.
We can't let it fall into the wrong hands.
Like
wrong
who?
hands?
The Attican Traverse isn't the most stable sector of Citadel space. There are plenty of raiders and criminal groups active in the region. They might figure a Prothean beacon is worth the risk of attacking an Alliance ship. Plus, Eden Prime is right on the border of the Terminus systems.
The Attican Traverse is under Citadel protection. If the Terminus systems attack, it's an act of war.
Technically, yes. But some of the species in the Terminus might be willing to start a war over this.
The last thing the Council wants is to get dragged into a major conflict with the Terminus systems. We have to keep this low-key.
Just give the word, Captain.
We should be getting close.
Let's get out of here.
Captain, we got a problem.
What's wrong, Joker?
Transmission from Eden Prime, sir. You better see this.
Bring it up on screen.
Get down!
We are under attack, taking heavy casualties. I repeat, heavy casualties. We can't get evac. They came out of nowhere. We need...
Everything cuts out after that. No comm traffic at all. Just goes dead. There's nothing.
Reverse and hold at 38.5. Status report.
17 minutes out, Captain. No other Alliance ships in the area.
Take us in, Joker, fast and quiet. This mission just got a lot more complicated.
A small strike team can move quickly, without drawing attention. It's our best chance to secure the beacon.
Grab your gear and meet us in the cargo hold. Tell Alenko and Jenkins to suit up, Commander. You're going in.
Alright, well...
Engaging stealth systems. Somebody was doing some serious digging here, Captain.
Your team's the muscle in this operation, Commander. Go in heavy and head straight for the dig site.
What about survivors, Captain?
Helping survivors is a secondary objective. The beacon's your top priority.
Approaching drop point 1.
Nihilus, you coming with us?
I move faster on my own.
Nihilus will scout out ahead. He'll feed you status reports throughout the mission. Otherwise, I want radio silence.
We've got his back, Captain.
The mission's yours now, Shepard. Good luck!
We are approaching drop point 2.
Alright.
Ship perimeters.
Here we are. Yeah, so we got a few other things here.
The Terminus systems
Terminus
are located on the
system.
far side of the Attican Traverse, beyond the space administered by the Citadel Council or claimed by the Human Systems Alliance. It is populated by a loose affiliation of minor species, united only in their refusal to acknowledge the political authority of the Council or adhere to the Citadel conventions.
So basically, if you want to point them into something that you might already know, they're kind of like the Outer Rim in Star Wars. They kind of don't care about governments and stuff like that.
50,000 years ago,
Protheans.
the Protheans were the only spacefaring species in the galaxy. They vanished in a swift galactic extinction. Only the legacy of their empire remains. They are believed to have built the mass relays and the Citadel, which have allowed numerous species to explore and expand throughout the galaxy. Prothean ruins are found on worlds across the galaxy. While surprisingly intact for their age, functioning examples of Prothean paleotechnology are rare. Time and generations of looters have picked their dead cities and derelict stations clean. Some believe the Protheans meddled in the evolution of younger races. The Hanar homeworld of Kajay, for example, shows clear evidence of former Prothean occupation. The presence of a former Prothean observation post on Mars has caused a rebirth of interventionary evolutionists among humans. These individuals believe the god myths of ancient civilizations are misremembered encounters with aliens.
Well, we have those people now, to be honest. Alright, so in our squad, we have Kaidan, of course. Give him the first aid. He's good with the first aid. Give him Sentinel as well. And then with Jenkins, give him both the soldiers. Alright, so we have the different powers that everybody can use, of course. Throw and sabotage.
This place got hit hard, Commander. Hostiles everywhere. Keep your guard up.
Switch our weapons, of course, which I always use my my assault rifle. So
What the hell are those?
they're just gas bags. They're completely harmless. So I think that around here. Hey, here we go. Great stuff. I don't think killing those things give you any kind of XP or anything. Tutorial shit, that's right. Oh, there goes Jenkins. Nope.
Rip right through his shields.
Brand new.
We're at a chance.
Ready to get into a fight.
Sometimes Marines die. The rest of us just have to carry on. We still have to find that beacon.
Aye, aye, man.
Alright. You know what, can I just, yeah, can I turn all this crap off? Off.
I've got some burned out buildings here, Shepard. A lot of bodies. I'm gonna check it out. I'll try to catch up with you.
shooting at something. Got a Metagel in here. Alright. Pressing on. These are the Geth. They're a disgusting looking AI creature created by Salarians. Salarians created them and they like went all rogue and shit.
Thanks for your help, Commander. I didn't think I was gonna make it.
Yeah, no problem.
Gunnery Chief Ashley Williams of the 212. You the one in charge here, ma'am?
Are you wounded, Williams?
A few scrapes and burns, nothing serious. The others weren't so lucky. Oh man. We were patrolling the perimeter when the attack hit. We tried to get off a distress call, but they cut off our communications. I've been fighting for my life ever since.
Where's the rest of your squad?
We tried to double back to the beacon, but we walked into an ambush. I don't think any of the others... I think I'm the only one left.
This isn't your fault, Williams. You couldn't have done anything to save them.
Yes, ma'am. We held our position as long as we could, until the Geth overwhelmed us.
The Geth haven't been seen outside the Veil in nearly 200 years. Why are they here now?
They must have come for the beacon. The dig site is close, just over that rise. It might still be there.
We could use your help, Williams.
Aye, aye, ma'am. It's time for payback.
What else do you know about the Geth?
Just what I remember from history class back in school. They're synthetics, non-organic life forms with limited AI programming, created by the Quarians a few centuries ago. They were supposed to be a source of cheap labor, but ended up turning on the Quarians and drove them into exile. Well, after that, they just kind of disappeared behind the Perseus Veil. Nobody's really heard much from them since.
Tell me everything you know about the beacon.
They were doing some digging out here to extend the monorail and expand the colony. A few weeks ago, they unearthed some Prothean ruins, and the beacon. Suddenly, every scientific expert in the colony was interested. That's when they brought us in to secure the site. I don't know much about the beacon itself, but I heard one of the researchers say this could be the biggest scientific discovery of the century.
What happened to the researchers at the dig site?
They set up camp near the beacon. The 232 was with them. Maybe their unit fared better than mine.
Describe what happened leading up to the attack.
We were sent out a couple of nights ago from the main colony to secure the area. Seemed like a routine patrol, until the Geth hit us. We never knew they were coming.
Have you seen a Turian Specter around here?
There aren't any Turians on Eden Prime. None that I've ever met. Not sure I'd be able to tell if one was a Spectre anyway.
If you saw this guy, you'd know. Carries enough firepower to wipe out a whole platoon. Luckily, he's on our side.
Sorry. Like I said, no Turians.
Move out!
Alright. So yeah, it's, now you can learn about the
Geth are a
Geth.
humanoid race of networked AIs. They were created by the Quarians 300 years ago as tools of labor and war. When the Geth showed signs of self-evolution, the Quarians attempted to exterminate them. The Geth won the resulting war. This example has led to legal, systematic repression of artificial intelligences in galactic society. The Geth possess a unique distributed intelligence. An individual has rudimentary animal instincts, but as their numbers and proximity increase, the apparent intelligence of each individual improves. In groups, they can reason, analyze situations, and use tactics, as well as any organic race. Geth space is located at the trailing end of the Perseus Arm, beyond the lawless Terminus systems. The Perseus Veil, an obscuring dark nebula of opaque gas and dust, lies between their space and the Terminus systems.
So yeah, basically they connect to each other. They're essentially kind of like hive mind.
Kinetic barriers, more
shields. I think you bullshit on that. Secondary, just upgrades for weapons and stuff like that. Okay, so with Ashley, we'll give her soldier, and we'll give her assault training as well. I think that's what she has. I think. So I can't see if I have any things or not. Is the streaming bar is basically blocking it.
The beacon's at the far end of this trench.
For me, buddy. Well, moves. Alright, let's go ahead and level up. We'll get our charm, as I always wanted. And then, I think we have 6 points. We'll do assault rifle. Barrier. Ashley, we'll give her more soldier. Combat armor. So give her overkill. I think we'll do one more soldier on here as well.
Kinetic barriers.
Body armor.
This is the dig site. The beacon was right here. It must have been moved.
By who? Our side or the Geth?
Hard to say. Maybe we'll know more after we check out the research camp.
You think anyone got out of here alive?
If they were lucky. Maybe hiding up in the camp. It's just on the top of this ridge, up the ramps.
Change of plans, Shepard. There's a small spaceport up ahead. I want to check it out. I'll wait for you there.
Looks like they hit the camp hard.
It's a good place for an ambush. Keep your guard up.
So then these spikes, basically, that you saw the Geth putting the humans on, they put them on here.
They're still alive.
Drains all of the insides of people out, and it turns them into these things
do to them?
called husks, which are basically like biotic zombies, I guess. Yeah, they're basically like biotic zombies. They do a little attack where they kind of launch like a kinetic AoE attack at you. So we're Codex.
After the Geth secure a location, they round up and impale dead and living bodies on mechanical spikes. The spikes rapidly transform these victims into withered husks, extracting water and trace minerals, and replacing them with cybernetics. The cybernetics reanimate the lifeless flesh and tissue, transforming the bodies into mindless killing machines. Some Alliance soldiers refer to the husk-generating spikes as dragon's teeth, a reference to the mythological berserkers who sprang up from the earth wherever the teeth of the dragon Eris were planted. Dragon's teeth and husks bear little resemblance to other pieces of Geth technology. No one is sure why a synthetic race would bother to drain the minuscule amount of recoverable resources from organic corpses, though the value of reusing them as shock troops is obvious.
Yeah, pretty gross. Alright, equipment. Let's see here. There's some new sniper rifles. That's a better sniper rifle. We'll go ahead and go with that. Armor's not for us. Let's see here. So that's better armor for him. Okay. Mark those as junk.
That door, it's closed.
The hack doors. Usually this little mini game. Pretty easy.
Humans. Thank the Maker.
Hurry, close the door before they come back.
Don't worry. We'll protect you.
Thank you. I think we'll be okay now. It looks like everyone's gone.
You're Dr.
Yeah,
Warren,
we killed them
the
all.
one in charge of the excavation. Do you know what happened to the beacon?
It was moved to the spaceport this morning. Manuel and I stayed behind to help pack up the camp. When the attack came, the Marines held them off long enough for us to hide. They gave their lives to save us.
No one is saved. The age of humanity is ended. Soon, only ruin and corpses will remain.
What else can you tell me about the attack?
It all happened so fast. 1 second we were gathering up our equipment. The next we were hiding in the shed while the Geth swarmed over the camp.
Agents of the destroyers, bringers of darkness, heralds of our extinction.
We could hear the battle outside. Gunfire, screams. I thought it would never end. Then everything went quiet. We just sat there, too afraid to move, until you came along.
Can you tell me anything about the beacon?
It's some type of data module from a galaxy-wide communications network, remarkably well preserved. It could be the greatest scientific discovery of our lifetime. Miraculous new technologies, groundbreaking medical advances. Who knows what secrets are locked inside?
We have unearthed the heart of evil, awakened the beast, unleashed the darkness.
Manuel, please. This isn't the time.
Did you notice a Turian in the area?
I saw him, the Prophet, leader of the enemy. He was here before the attack.
That's impossible. Nihilus was with us in the Normandy before the attack. He couldn't have been here.
I'm sorry. Manuel's still a bit unsettled. We haven't seen your Turian. We've been hiding in here since the attack.
What's wrong with your assistant?
Manuel has a brilliant mind, but he's always been a bit unstable. Genius and madness are two sides of the same coin.
Is it madness to see the future? To see the destruction rushing towards us? To understand there is no escape? No hope? No. I am not mad. I'm the only sane one left.
I gave him an extra dose of his meds after the attack.
I can shut him up.
James, take us to the spaceport.
You can't stop it. Nobody can stop it. Night is falling. The darkness of eternity.
Hush, Manuel. Go lie down. You'll feel better once the medication kicks in.
He needs some hard medication is what he needs. Some hard dosage of medicine. He's a little gone. And there's another Turian. This guy would be our bad guy. His name is Saren, and he is He's a fucked up dude.
This isn't your mission, Saren. What are you doing here?
The Council thought you could use some help on this one.
I wasn't expecting to find the Geth here. The situation's bad.
Don't worry. I've got it under control.
Oh boy. Yep. Killed him.
What is that? Off in the distance.
It's a ship. Look at the size of it.
Sniper rifle. Woo! Malfunctioning object. Nice. Now, as you're going to see here, we actually have a charm dialogue option that's going to allow us. That you'll see how that works. That's why I always get it early. So you never know when you're going to need it.
Everybody stay calm out there. We're coming out. We're not armed.
Is it safe? Are they gone?
Nobody's gonna hurt you.
Those things were crawling all around the shed. They would have found us for sure. We owe you our lives.
I still can't believe it. When we saw that ship, I thought it was all over.
It showed up right before the attack. Knew it was trouble the second I saw it, so we made a break for the sheds.
Tell me everything you remember about the attack.
The three of us were working the crops when that ship showed up. We just saw it and ran. I don't know what happened to the rest of the crew.
They were by the garage, over near the spaceport, right where that ship came down. No way they survived.
You don't know that. We survived. If they made it to the garage, they could have had a fighting chance.
Do you know anything about the Prothean beacon they dug up?
We're just farmers. We heard they found something out there, but it never really mattered to us. Not until now.
What else can you tell me about the ship you saw?
I was too busy running to get a clear look at it. I think it landed over near the spaceport.
Tell them about the noise, Cole. That awful noise.
It was emitting some kind of signal as it descended. It sounded like the shriek of the dam.
Inception noise.
Only it was coming from inside your own head.
It was probably trying to block communications.
Whatever it was, felt like it was tearing right through my skull. Almost made it impossible to think.
I have to go.
Hey, Cole, we're just a bunch of farmers. These guys are soldiers. Maybe we should give them the stuff.
Jeez, Blake, you
Sorry,
gotta
what?
learn when to shut up.
You have something to tell me, Cole?
Some guys at the spaceport were running a small smuggling ring, nothing major. In exchange for a cut of the profits, we let them store packages in our sheds.
What kind of packages?
I found a pistol. Figured it would come in handy if those things came back. But you'll probably get more use out of it than we will.
We're risking our lives to save this colony.
The blue choices represent
the
Paragon / Charm.
Yeah, there's one more thing. I was gonna sell it after this was over, but you probably deserve it more than I do.
Who's your contact at the spaceport, Cole? What's his name?
He's not a bad guy. I don't want to get him in trouble. Besides, I'm not a snitch.
Is he worth dying for? So basically, if you don't have enough Intimidate, you can select this, but it won't work, so he won't like fork over the information. But it's so if you have enough Charm, you'll always get you can get the Paragon, which is the blue choice. And these choices are always the best to pick because they give you Paragon, but they also lead to other good things. So we're gonna pick.
He might have something to do with this whole attack, Cole. We need his name. It's important.
Yeah, okay, you're right. His name's Powell. Works the docks at the spaceport if he's still alive.
I have to go.
Good luck.
So you go. We got the combat sensor and the Stinger 2 pistol. My electronic skill's too low. Kaidan, get in here and unlock this fucking thing. Stupid ass. so
Commander.
Can shoot those, by the way. Yep, it is Nihilus. Scoop them up here in a sec. Upgrade kits.
Something's moving over behind those crates.
Wait! Don't shoot! I'm one of you!
That's
I'm human!
foul.
Sneaking up on us like that nearly got you killed.
I am sorry, I was hiding from those creatures. My name's Powell. I saw what happened to that Turian. The other one shot him.
I need to know how Nihilus died.
The other one got here first. He was waiting when your friend showed up. He called him Saren. I think they knew each other. Your friend seemed to relax. He let his guard down. And Saren killed him. Shot him right in the back. I'm just lucky he didn't see me behind the crates.
We were told a Prothean beacon was brought to the spaceport. What happened to it?
It's over on the other platform. Probably where that guy Saren was headed. He hopped on the cargo train right after he killed your friend. I knew that beacon was trouble. Everything's gone to hell since we found it. First that damn mothership showed up, then the attack. They killed everyone. Everyone. If I hadn't been behind the crates, I'd be dead too.
Is there anything else you can tell me about the beacon?
They brought it here this morning. We loaded it up onto the train and shipped it to the other platform. Hard to believe that was only a few hours ago. Feels like a whole other life.
Tell me about the Geth attack.
It was quick. 1 minute that ship was descending, the next, those Geth were swarming over the platform. Thousands of them. They must have been inside that mothership. They shot anything that moved. It was a massacre.
Tell me about this mothership you saw.
I've never seen anything like it before. It was huge. Landed over near that platform. The whole place got dark and it was making this noise. This...
The fucking stream cut out because everything's a piece of shit, so here we are. They're setting bombs.
Demolition charges. The Geth must have planted them.
Hurry! We need to find them all and shut them down!
Second one here. That guy. Here's the last bomb. clear out the area. Now let's check around. A lot of times you can find stuff just gonna line around, like right here. To edit both these parts together. So if there's a little bit, there's a little bit of a break in the cutscene. You can't pause during the cutscene, so I have to quickly start the recording up again. Of course. Alright, now let's check out this Prothean beacon.
Normandy, the beacon is secure.
This is amazing. Actual working Prothean technology. Unbelievable.
It wasn't doing anything like that when they dug it up.
Something must have activated it.
Roger, Normandy. Standing by.
No, don't touch it. It's just...
Whoa. I'm dead. It's killed me. Beacon's been blown to smithereens. Shoved my head full of scary imagery, though, you know. Yeah, the ship, this thing is a Reaper, so you'll learn about them in the future. They're not necessarily a ship as they are another alien race.
We identified the ship
Matriarch.
that touched down on Eden Prime. The Normandy, a human alliance vessel. It was under the command of Captain Anderson. They managed to save the colony. One of the humans may have used it.
I notice some of the dialogue cuts out sometimes.
This human must be eliminated.
Doctor? Dr. Chakwas. I think she's waking up.
You had us worried there, Shepard. How are you feeling?
I'm okay.
Minor throbbing. Nothing serious. How long was I out?
About 15 hours. Something happened down there with the beacon, I think.
It's my fault. I must have triggered some kind of security field when I approached it. You had to push me out of the way.
You had no way to know what would happen.
Actually, we don't even know if that's what set it off. Unfortunately, we'll never get the chance to find out.
The beacon exploded. A system overload, maybe. And the blast knocked you cold. Williams and I had to carry you back here to the ship.
What's the damage, Doctor?
Physically, you're fine. But I detected some unusual brain activity. Abnormal beta waves. I also noticed an increase in your rapid eye movement. Signs typically associated with intense dreaming.
I saw... I'm not sure what I saw. Death, destruction... Nothing's really clear.
I better add this to my report. It may... Oh. Captain Anderson.
How's our XO holding up, Doctor?
Well, all the readings look normal. I'd say the commander's going to be fine.
Glad to hear it. Shepard, I need to speak with you. In private.
Aye, aye, Captain.
I'll be in the mess if you need me.
Sounds like that beacon hit you pretty hard, Commander. Are you sure you're okay?
I don't like soldiers dying under my command.
Jenkins wasn't your fault. You did a good job, Shepard.
Did we leave Gunnery Chief Williams back on Eden Prime?
I figured we could use a soldier like her. She's been reassigned to the Normandy.
Williams is a good soldier. She deserves it.
Lieutenant Alenko agrees with you. That's why I added her to our crew.
Intel dropped the ball, sir. We had no idea what we were walking into down there. That's why things went to hell.
The Geth haven't been outside the Veil in 2 centuries, Commander. Nobody could have predicted this.
You said you needed to see me in private, Captain?
I won't lie to you, Shepard. Things look bad. Nihilus is dead. The beacon was destroyed and Geth are invading. The Council's going to want answers.
I didn't do anything wrong, Captain. Hopefully the Council can see that.
I'll stand behind you and your report, Shepard. You're a damned hero in my books. That's not why I'm here. It's Saren, that other Turian. Saren's a Specter, one of the best. A living legend. But if he's working with the Geth, it means he's gone rogue. A rogue Specter's trouble. Saren's dangerous, and he hates humans.
Why?
He thinks we're growing too fast, taking over the galaxy. A lot of aliens think that way. Most of them don't do anything about it. But Saren has allied himself with the Geth. I don't know how, I don't know why. I only know it had something to do with that beacon. You were there just before that beacon self-destructed. Did you see anything? Any clue that might tell us what Saren was after?
Just before I lost consciousness, I had some kind of vision.
A vision? A vision of what?
I saw synthetics. Geth, maybe. Slaughtering people. Butchering them.
We need to report this to the Council, Shepard.
What are we gonna tell them? I had a bad dream?
We don't know what information was stored in that beacon. Lost Prothean technology? Blueprints for some ancient weapon of mass destruction? Whatever it was. Saren took it. But I know Saren. I know his reputation is politics. He believes humans are a blight on the galaxy. This attack was an act of war. He has the secrets from the beacon. He has an army of Geth at his command, and he won't stop until he's wiped humanity from the face of the galaxy.
I'll find some way to take him down.
It's not that easy. He's a Specter. He can go anywhere, do almost anything. That's why we need the Council on our side.
We prove Saren's gone rogue and the Council will revoke his Specter status.
I'll contact the Ambassador and see if he can get us an audience with the Council. He'll want to see us as soon as we reach the Citadel. We should be getting close. Head up to the bridge and tell Joker to bring us into dock.
All right. So there we go. Punish our metagel. And if we go into equipment, we do have some new stuff. Go with that. Shotgun, we'll go with that one. We'll go with this Stinger 2 pistol. I pretty much junk everything until I know that I want to use it or not. Give it to somebody else. Turian armor. In terms of upgrades for our weapon, we have armor piercing rounds. We'll do weapons force. High caliber barrel. Stability. Fire slow and the weapon overheat more quickly. I don't want to overheat. Let's do improved accuracy, shall we? do anti-personnel rounds on the shotgun. We'll do combat sensor. Armor-piercing rounds on the pistol, as well as combat sensor. Yeah, let's do high caliber barrel on the sniper. That'd be good. Grenade, we use high explosive. And 30% toxic resistance for our armor. We'll do that as well. So, pretty much have stuff on here thus far.
Glad to see you're okay, Commander.
All right, we'll talk to everybody in here. Is there anything over in Anderson's quarters? No. Let's drop a save.
I'm glad you're okay, Commander. The crew could use some good news after what happened to Jenkins.
Jenkins was a valuable part of this crew.
Part of me feels guilty over what happened. If Jenkins was still alive, I might not be here.
You're a good soldier, Williams. You belong on the Normandy.
Thanks, Commander. I appreciate that.
Things were pretty rough down there. Are you okay?
I've seen friends die before. Comes with being a Marine. But to see my whole unit wiped out, and you never get used to seeing dead civilians. But things would have been a lot worse if you hadn't shown up.
We couldn't have done it without you, Williams.
Thanks, Commander. I have to admit, I was a little worried about being assigned to the Normandy. It's nice when someone makes you feel welcome.
I think you're gonna fit in here just fine, Williams.
Thanks, Commander.
Yes, Commander? Is there something you need?
How did you end up serving on an Alliance ship?
I enlisted right out of med school. Earth always seemed boring to me. Too safe, too secure. I figured the colonies were teeming with exotic adventure. I wanted to travel the stars, tending the wounds of tough soldiers with piercing eyes and sensitive souls. Turns out military life isn't quite as romantic as I'd imagined. But humanity needs the Alliance if we want to keep expanding through the Traverse, and the Alliance always needs good doctors. So I stayed on to do my part.
Ever think you made the wrong choice?
Sometimes I think about opening a private practice back on Earth, or maybe taking a position at one of the new med centers out in the colonies. But there's something special about working on soldiers. If I left the Alliance now, I'd feel like I was abandoning them.
What do you know about Captain Anderson?
I've served with him for a few tours now. He knows when to let things slide and when to crack the whip. The crew knows he's seen pretty much anything they'll ever run into. And he cares about the people under his command.
How well do you know the Lieutenant?
I'd never worked with him before this mission. But he has an impressive service record, over a dozen special commendations. Tends to keep to himself, though. Maybe because of the headaches. It's not easy being an L2.
What does that have to do with it?
Well, most biotics now use the L3 implants. Lieutenant Alenko was wired with the old L2 configuration. Sometimes there are complications.
What kind of complications?
Severe mental disabilities, insanity, crippling physical pain. There's a long list of horrific side effects. Kaidan's lucky. He just gets migraines.
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
Commander, I'm glad to see you're okay. Losing Jenkins was hard on the crew, and I'm glad we didn't lose you too.
Things were pretty rough down there.
Yeah, you never get used to seeing dead civilians. Doesn't seem right somehow. But at least you stopped Saren from wiping out the whole colony.
I couldn't have done it without you.
We're Marines. We stick together. And I'm just sorry that we lost Jenkins.
Yeah, I wish I could have done something to save him.
I was there. You did everything right. It was just bad luck. It's been a hell of a shakedown.
I mean, he just walked out into the
First mission ends
gunfire.
with one Specter killing another. The Citadel Council's not going to be happy about that. Probably use it to lever more concessions out of the Alliance.
You've got a good grasp of the situation. You a career man?
Yeah, a lot of biotics are. We're not restricted, but we sure don't go undocumented. as well get a paycheck for it. Besides, my father served. I made him proud when I enlisted. Eventually. But is that why you're here? Because of your family?
I was a regular Navy brat. I got a little more noteworthy than the folks expected.
Oh, that's right, a cruise. I imagine that bought you any post in the fleet. Word is we're heading for the Citadel, ma'am. Can you, tell me why?
The captain hopes the ambassador can get an audience with the council. Tell them what Saren's been up to.
Makes sense. They'd probably like to know he's not working for them anymore. Whatever happens, we'll be ready, Commander.
Alright. So we can then take the elevator here down to the lower level. And this will allow us to talk to the quartermaster. This is where the Mako is stored and everybody else's gear is stored. So a couple of allies will actually kind of chill down here. Comes when we eventually get them. Let's give him the Avenger. Give him the Edge. Give him the Reaper 2. Ashley. Probably nothing for her at all. It's alright, we're not going to really be using her character all that much anyway, so. Here's a Mako, our trusty truck.
Hey, Commander. Looking for some extra supplies before you head out?
What have you got?
Whatever you want. Armor, weapons, mods. It's not standard Alliance issue, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Well, as long as you don't mind paying for it.
Why should I pay you for my weapons and armor?
My stuff doesn't come from the Alliance. I have to purchase it myself, and it's not cheap. Hell, the licenses alone have set me back more than I'd like. But no licenses, no goods. Without the goods, I'm out of a job.
What are licenses? Why do you need them?
Manufacturers sell licenses. Each license allows me to buy and sell a certain brand of products. I already have several basic ones, but you'll need to buy more if you want me to bring in different brands. Many of the best licenses are hard to get, but they're well worth the cost if you can find them.
What do the different manufacturers offer?
There are too many for me to keep track of, but each license will explain what it's good for.
How often will you get new items?
Well, that depends on how many licenses you've purchased, but I'll rotate items on a regular basis regardless. And anytime we land someplace with a big enough port, I'll buy, sell, and trade whatever I can. Check back often. I need to move items quickly, so only the most basic items will be stocked consistently.
Let's see what you got.
You bet, Commander.
Okay, so yeah, now we can sell all of our junk here. We'll sell that as well. I think we'll also sell that as well.
Looking for supplies?
Let's see what you got.
You bet, Commander.
So yeah, you can see here some of the best stuff here, like the 4s. They're all really expensive. We don't even have remotely enough of that. We will, however, buy the Metagel and the grenade upgrade because we do have them. We're going to want to get those. To give you a comparison, you can see that they're really not that great. I mean, like, they cost a lot for a little, basically. Down here we have our engine.
Shame about Jenkins, Commander.
Shame indeed. Right. Take the elevator back up. also have another Codex entry here.
I'm glad you're okay, Commander. Losing Jenkins was hard enough on the crew.
Alright, so if we take a look at the Codex, the statistics of the Citadel station. So basically, this kind of is like the statistics for this giant station we're about to head to. You know, if you want to read that. Military jargon list, helmsman, shore party, spacer, you know, all that good stuff. Talks about communications and biotic amps. Some of this stuff isn't really as interesting.
The Mako infantry fighting vehicle was designed for the System Alliance's frigates.
Yeah, the Makos are a big old tank. It's got a cannon on it.
Biotics is the elements. Omni-tools are handheld. Combat Metagel.
Which, you know, obviously
the Citadel is an ancient deep space station, presumably constructed by the Protheans. Since the Prothean extinction, numerous species have come to call the Citadel home. It serves as the political, cultural, and financial capital of the galactic community. To represent their interests, most species maintain embassies on the Presidium, the Citadel's inner ring. The Citadel Tower in the center of the Presidium holds the Citadel Council chambers. Council affairs often have far-reaching effects on the rest of the galactic community. 5 arms, known as the Wards, extend from the Presidium. Their inner surfaces have been built into cities, populated by millions of inhabitants from across the galaxy. The Citadel is virtually indestructible. If attacked, the station can close its arms to form a solid, impregnable shell. For as long as the station has existed, an enigmatic race called the Keepers has maintained it.
Oh yes, the Keepers. Right. Okay, so now we will go ahead and I'll drop a save. Then we'll speak to Joker and we'll fly to the Citadel.
Good timing, Commander. I was just about to bring us into the Citadel. See that taxpayer money at work.
Flagship of the Citadel fleet.
Well, size isn't everything.
Why so touchy, Joker?
I'm just saying you need firepower too.
Look at that monster. Its main gun could rip through the barriers in any ship in the Alliance fleet.
Good thing it's on our side then.
Citadel Control, this is SSV Normandy, requesting permission to land.
Stand by for clearance, Normandy. Clearance granted. You may begin your approach. Transferring you to an Alliance operator.
Roger, Alliance Tower. Normandy out.
Normandy, this is Alliance Tower. Please proceed to Dock 422.
Here we are. Welcome to the Citadel, everybody.
This is an outrage! The Council would step in if the Geth attacked a Turian colony?
The Turians don't found colonies on the borders of the Terminus systems, Ambassador.
Humanity was well aware of the risks when you went into the Traverse.
What about Saren? You can't just ignore a rogue Specter. I demand action!
You don't get to make demands of the Council, Ambassador.
Citadel Security is investigating your charges against Saren. We will discuss the CSEC findings at the hearing, not before.
Captain Anderson, I see you brought half your crew with you.
Just the ground team from Eden Prime. in case you had any questions.
I have the mission reports. I assume they're accurate?
They are. Sounds like you convinced the Council to give us an audience.
They were not happy about it. Saren's their top agent. They don't like him being accused of treason.
Saren's a threat to every human colony out there. If they don't stop him, I will.
Settle down, Commander. You've already done more than enough to jeopardize your candidacy for the Specters. The mission on Eden Prime was a chance to prove you could get the job done. Instead, Nihilus ended up dead and the beacon was destroyed.
That's Saren's fault, not hers.
Then we better hope the CSEC investigation turns up evidence to support our accusations. Otherwise, the Council might use this as an excuse to keep you out of the Specters. Come with me, Captain. I want to go over a few things before the hearing. Shepard, you and the others can meet us at the Citadel Tower, top level. I'll make sure you have clearance to get in.
And that's why I hate politicians.
So yeah, that's Udina. He works here in the Citadel for the human, ambassadors and everything. You saw the other two, besides the Turian ambassador, you saw the Asari. She was the middle, and the Salarian, the far right, ambassadors as well.
The Citadel. The Council is an executive committee composed of representatives from the Asari Republics, the Turian Hierarchy, and the Salarian Union. Though they have no official power over the independent governments of other species, the Council's decisions carry great weight throughout the galaxy. No single Council race is strong enough to defy the other two, and all have a vested interest in compromise and cooperation. Each of the Council species has general characteristics associated with the various aspects of governing the galaxy. The Asari are typically seen as diplomats and mediators. The Salarians gather intelligence and information. The Turians provide the bulk of the military and peacekeeping forces. Any species granted an embassy on the Citadel is considered an associate member, bound by the accords of the Citadel Conventions. Associate members may bring issues to the attention of the Council, though they have no input on the decision. The Human Systems Alliance became an associate member of the Citadel in 2165.
So yeah, basically the Asari, the middle there, they're all kind of diplomatic. They're very cool and calm. They're known for their biotic use. Like as I mentioned earlier, the Turians are very war-heavy. They're big fighting race, and then of course the Salarians on the right there. They're very smart. They invent a lot of stuff. They're creators. They have a lot of scientists, doctors. We'll have some crew later. A man by the name of Morden Solis will be joining
the Council.
Later games. And so yeah, that's pretty much how that goes. So yeah, now we have to expose Saren. And over here we actually have our first side quest. So if you decrypt this, you get this Alliance Patrol Report. Captain Hendrickson reported some unusual energy readings during a patrol of the Argos Rogue Cluster. She had particular concerns with the Hydra system, but was recalled before her team could investigate further. No patrols are scheduled for that sector. Do we want to send in a recon team? So that gives us our first side quest, an assignment called Unusual Readings. And basically that's kind of how you get a lot of your side quests, is you kind of wander up and you check computers and stuff like that, and side quests. So yeah, we're here in the Citadel. I think that what we'll do is next time we will come back and we will
big place.
We'll come back and then we'll explore the Citadel and we'll talk to the Council and everything like that. As I mentioned, this is going to be big, long playthrough. A lot of talking, a lot of reading. It's going to be, so I would say, if you're in the playthrough, just get ready for everything, So the shadows apparently appearing and disappearing. So yeah. I don't think I have any more gear. I think I got rid of it all. Yep. Okay. So that's going to do it for this part. hopefully this, I'm going to have to edit these 2 parts together, and we'll make 1 part. So a little bit of cutscene, that you missed, but it was just Saren talking to the Geth, telling him to get out of here. So, yeah. Hopefully we won't have this problem in the future, and we'll just have some smooth, full 2-hour parts. So take care, everybody. I will see y'all on the next one. Goodbye.